even when you were on vacation? And he replied, nope. And I'm like, this is a 51, it's the richest man in the world. He's 51 years old and he has 12 kids and he's tweeting, I mean, he's not even horny on Maine. He's just like kind of sad on Maine. It's so bad. I also saw the guy who said, I'm not gay, but I would suck you off just to make you feel better. And then there were people in the replies to that were like, you'd really suck off this guy just to make him feel better? And he's like, yeah, is that weird? I just like helping people. I was like, whoa, it's all right. Anyway, it's an all-time great post. I don't even want to talk about the fact that his name was like, his username dot Shiba Inu dot like 7 other forms of cryptocurrency I've never heard of charity. But this lady, she was like, I'm going to need to see some ID. And then this is how Canadian I am, especially when I'm on vacation. I pulled out my ID and I said, I'm sorry, I'm from British Columbia. And then she just looked at the ID for like, I don't know, like 30, 45 seconds. And then she said, where's your birth date on this? And embarrassingly, I was like, I don't know. Like, I've never had to look at the birth date on my own driver's license. It's never come up. I just, like, I know how old I am. Anyway, she sold it to me, which was nice. But I do have to say as well, I didn't think of myself as a cruise sort of guy. But I think especially, like, wait, I was talking about it with Kate at breakfast this was the train, the whale watching, like, that was all cool. But the best part of the cruise, for sure, was people being like I was almost brought to tears. People were like, let me feed you. I mean, you paid us a lot of money, but, you know, let me feed you. And then when you're done eating, you don't even have to go to the sink immediately and, like, rinse the dishes. We'll just take them away. And then we'll bring you more food. Ah! What the hell? It's a damn golden gift. It's the most incredible thing I've ever seen. I don't even know what to say. Holy cow. Yeah, honestly, it was really fun. I thought I would come back and be like, you know, I don't really understand, like, the cruise culture. And don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think I told this anecdote, but I was like, I don't think I own the streets, okay? Like, I don't think that it's my world and everybody else is just living in it. But I was walking my baby for a nap. This was like 2 weeks ago now. And I was just walking, like, around a park. And then a wedding party drove by. You only get married 1 to 8 times in your life, depending on, you know, whether you're an actor, right? Sure, why not? I'm not worried about the wedding party making noise. That's a special day. But for absolutely no reason, this dude who was parked on the street directly next to, oh my God, this is good. Directly next to where I was walking the baby in her stroller, was like in his car and just started, she saw, the guy's got like, he's like, if you're a Disney cruise like character, you're the master of small talk. You got like they were doing speeches that were like so rehearsed. Hey, nice dress. You know, it was a dress like that. My friend Dottie. Yeah, my friend Dottie. You know, she used to live with. I bet you've seen her. You've ever seen her. You know. Anyway, so they have like all this information, right? That they just rattle off. We go talk to Spider-Man. Spider-Man starts to do his spiel. 1 second into the spiel, she just goes, psst, Spider-Man. Hits him in the face with his own virtual web shooter. Threw him completely off his game. He was like, whoa, I see that you're already training. Hey, you guys want to get your photo taken? I was like, let's go. I don't want to brag as well. I think I might be like a character in a few people's cruise ship story. Like, the baby was not loving the buffet because there's a lot of people and they're not always well-mannered. So, like, past the first day, I would get on the elevator, go up to the buffet, grab, like, all the food for the whole family, and then take it down in the elevator so we could eat it in our room, okay? So, like, day 4, I had a few hash browns, bunch of bacon, chocolate chip muffins, croissants, Mickey Mouse waffles and stuff like that. Ooh, you shouldn't have. I get in the elevator. Excuse me. Goes down one floor. Dad and his family get on. He says, wow, that breakfast looks good. I said, it's for another adult and a baby. He says, no problem. I've had a few breakfasts like that myself, so even if there wasn't a baby, it's okay. I said, that's good because I made up the stuff about the baby. And then, I swear, it's like a warm audience, right? Everyone on the cruise is already having fun, so they're ready to laugh. And they were cracking up. I'm sure they probably told that story again like 2 times. They're like, remember that guy in the elevator today? Oh, man. And then when we did this, like, photo thing where our baby could get her photo taken with all these, like, Disney princesses. And I was doing... Kate was in the photo because I was wearing a shirt that said, catch a can, salmon capital of the world, because I ran out of laundry. So I didn't want to be in the photo. Well, no, she didn't want me to be in the photo because she was dressed nicely. Anyway, so I was doing the videography, right? And while I was filming it on Kate's camera, I said, you know, we've been on this cruise for 6 days, so I'm really hoping she's a bit better behaved in these photos. But enough about my wife. I hope the baby does well, too. And the woman who was taking the photos started laughing. And I said, do you like that one? And she said, yeah, that was pretty good. You got a chuckle out of me. I was like, well, what can I say? I was kind of on, man. And also, I was blending in with Americans so well. Like one day, this was another buffet elevator story. It was the first day we were in Alaska. I was on the elevator, and then an older guy got in right after me, and he said, what's the temperature today? They said low 50s, and I said, it's gonna get as low as 47. And he went like, wow, that's cold. I was like, I don't know what the fuck 47 means. But he thought I was, even though I wasn't wearing a University of Miami at Ohio sweatshirt, he thought I was one of them. I'm an honorary American now. $47 is almost freezing. I know, I'm familiar with 32, okay? I gotta say, I was kind of, I'm not saying I was the star of the cruise, but I was kind of cracking it up. I'm sure the staff probably appreciated that I was like one of the only adults on the ship who wasn't singing every time they recognized the song, which was every 3 seconds. I don't expect the fish to poop anywhere else. Also, I do have to say, I don't think I'm going to get a recurrence of my salmonella and Campylobacter because, and this is literally my one complaint about the cruise, and I understand why they do it, they won't cook your meat medium or medium rare or lower. I couldn't even get my favorite dish, chicken sashimi, which I love to eat, especially in early June. But even I had the whole week I was looking at the menu, right, for this last dinner, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get the beef Wellington. You don't get that many opportunities to get beef Wellington. I'm gonna get the beef Wellington. Our waiter comes over, gives us his recommendations, which were on point for the whole cruise, even though I'm sure they're like reading off a script or something. And I said, the beef Wellington was notably absent. I said, do you recommend? I asked for an IPA. They brought me a Two-Hearted Ale. I never had it before. I said, this is an incredible beer. Then I looked it up online, and people said this is an incredible beer, and I was like, still got it. Still. Then I texted a photo of it to Dan, and I said, have you ever heard of this? And he said, that's what all the normies around me drink. And I was like, still got it. Wasn't like I had a Michelob Ultra and was like, this is the nectar of the gods. The palate is still there. Never, never, ever. My stepbrother got so drunk on a cruise they took away his drinking privileges. Why are... okay, I gotta be careful with how I word this. If you're a couple with no kids and you're on vacation, why do you sound so stressed out? Like, so many couples we saw, they would just be like walking, and then the guy would be like, hey, where's my camera? And she'd be like, I told you it's in the bag, Gavin. And you're like, why don't you, like, you don't even, you're just two adults. You're one guy with a backpack and a lady with a purse, and you're like, you're stressed out that you're on a boat that's not going anywhere anyway. Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm not saying only people with kids can be stressed out. I'm just like, you know, you don't even have like that extra degree of difficulty. You should just be like having because you know, there's knife people. You know, several of you are probably a knife person. You're like, I know they said no weapons, but my knife does not leave my sight. I choose to not think about that whenever I'm in a crowded public place. I know they said please leave your weapons here, but this isn't a weapon. This is if somebody needs some clamshell plastic opened up to get to their DVD of The Mummy Returns. That's why I have this, okay? But there were like so many knives in the confiscated goods section. I was like, you know, everything I saw, I was like, I have a ton of respect for this staff. Which is why I was getting so annoyed that everybody, like whenever you had to do anything that wasn't eat or drink, people were just like, why do they do it like this? Why don't they do it like this? I don't know, like, what is this room? Oh, this is the Genesis room. You're not familiar with the Genesis room? Massive downgrade? Yeah, I mean, that's the way it tends to go. But, or is it? Look at this. Holy cow. By the way, hello, Josh. Hello. Josh, I gotta say, I think you would be a good. I don't want to call them cruisers, right? Like, what is someone that goes on a lot of cruises? Either way, I think you would love being on cruises, Josh. Retiree. There was a fair amount of people that were on the older side of old. There were also, and I don't want to make this an American versus the rest dental care. I was like, hey, shithead, you're 70 years old. I'm going to be paying for your dental care, idiot. What are you complaining about? You're old as hell. Not to mention, you probably spend like $3,000 a year at the dentist. Literally, you're getting free dental care, and you're like, I'm glad I'm not a kid. This country's going, you're getting free shit, man. Chill out. Uh-oh. I may be required here. Let me just go check on this for a second. I'm going to go take a look. It's an unhappy baby. That baby did not want to get in the stroller. But we made it happen. I think you got to put yourself in the baby's mindset, right? Like, the baby probably thinks, I mean, the last time we put her in the stroller, she was like on a boat for 7 days. She's probably like, what? We just got back. It's hard to explain to a young child that we're just going to, it's a baby, like, you know, starts to get those slow twitch muscle fibers getting like real sore, right? So we were leaving dinner one night, and I was like, can daddy pick you up? She was very upset. Very upset. She said, no, daddy. And then she said, no, like any daddy. And if it hadn't been so funny it might have broken my heart. But I was mostly just impressed that she created like a novel sentence that actually got like a meaning across. I was like, holy cow. I think she means she doesn't like daddy ever, which is just obviously false, because she likes me when my wife is not around. But what she said, and I feel bad for that. I want to tell them that they don't have to do that, but I'm sure that they probably are like, I'd happily do it just to not get yelled at, which is fine. But either way, he said, what will our princess have this morning? And I said, is it possible you could get me a chocolate chip muffin? And he said, very good, sir. And wouldn't you know it, before my order that was actually on the menu arrived, this dude was back with a chocolate chip muffin. I don't even know where the hell he got it, but he brought it down, and you know, I guess he went up to the buffet to get it, I guess. It's all probably goes to the same kitchen or something. I don't know. So off the secret, man. It was probably his lunch. It did have his name on it. Ooh, Mega Satan? Honestly, I should have gotten the job like halfway through the cruise just to distract me from playing my damn British crosswords app. By the way, I'm so, and not to punch down on the United States of America, but I will say I am happy to be back in a country where I've never seen a Let's Go Brandon bumper sticker. I was not aware. I knew that it was like a thing. I didn't know that they were on like 1 in 12 cars. I would like to express my sympathies to the citizens of the United States for being immersed in this environment. I always thought it was like something you'd like poke fun at a little bit. You'd be like, but then when I was there, I was like, oh, this is kind of like you would like drive past the house that would have like a Let's Go Brandon bumper sticker on the house, and then a flag on a flagpole that said, don't blame me, I voted for the other guy. There was a comment in chat that looked like it was from an alt account of yours, because they were talking about, okay, I'll just tell you. Someone asked how was TwitchCon, and another person in chat replied, it was 3,000 guys looking at one girl in a Chun-Li costume. And then he sent me that chat comment and said, is this your alt account? To which I said, Lamau. And then later I sent him a photo of Two Hearted Ale. And I said, have you ever seen this lad made in Comstock, Michigan? And he said, that's what the normies around me drink. And then he said, how was Minnie Mouse? And I said, I'm still here, dude. I'm in Ketchikan, Alaska, the salmon capital of the world. To which I got no reply, which is fine. I understand that. Not everybody's cruising, you know. They don't have all this time in the day to send texts, you know, nonstop. You knew that was a risk. That's one of the risks you take when you draw it up. I'm dead. Honestly, not bad, though. How does Monkey D. Poopy always come with the ultimate troll comments? By the way, that was 8, right? Put me on 8 here. Like normally it's like, is there a bald convention? And I kind of like, I chuckled to myself. This time they said, they added me and said, do you like Ed Sheeran? You just know how to get like under my skin, but I think you have been timed out a couple of times, but you know how to get under my skin, usually in a way where I have some level of respect. Do you? Obviously, he's like one of the best singer-songwriters of our generation, or whatever. Yeah, they did get timed out once for asking me to say a racial slur. That's true. I forgot about that one. That one, not cool. Most of the time, though, they're just having a laugh, probably. Oh. Okay, not going to be the most popular decision. I want to keep these ducklings, though. On the cruise, I became very duckling pilled. I will also say that I think that Ed Sheeran has by far, but we're pogging in it as well. I'm on a sushi diet. I shush if I eat it. Honestly, pretty good joke. Can I tell you, while we were in Ketchikan, Alaska, I saw some incredible tourist trap t-shirts. For example, there's one with a bear, and he's eating the whole pizza. They got a lot of bears in Ketchikan, Alaska. Apparently, they rip open the garbage cans to eat the food. So the bear's eating the pizza, and then it says, yeah, I'm into fitness, fitting this whole pizza in my mouth in Ketchikan, Alaska. And I was like, that's a good one. I've never heard that one before. I didn't know you could just take Reader's Digest jokes and then put in the city that you're in underneath it. And it could be like both a joke and also like, check it out, I'm flexing. I went to the salmon capital of the world. And there were a lot of bear-themed t-shirts. There was like a bear eating, like he had like a shoe coming out of his mouth. And in of ours, can you believe we have a group chat with a guy who I was like, hey guys, I'm posting from Alaska right now. I'm on a cruise. And then he said, oh yeah, I'm in Tuscany, Italy right now. And he sent a photo of him chilling in like his private villa overlooking like the vineyards. I was like, I just thought I would, he never thought to mention in the group chat, hey guys, I'm going to Italy. Instead, he just waited for me to be like, I'm in Alaska. And then he was like, check out my private villa in fucking Tuscany. He didn't mention it at all. He was just talking in the group chat. And then, you know, on Wednesday, I was like, hey, I'm in Alaska. He was like, oh, cool. By the way, I forgot to mention this somehow. I'm in Tuscany. Okay. Full of people that are middle-aged and older. She played Don't Stop Believing. And then, you know, let the crowd sing along for a little bit. And then tried to raise her own voice so that she could get back to the bingo. But the crowd would not let her get back to the bingo. They just kept a cappella-ing the rest of Don't Stop Believing, which is probably my least favorite song in existence because I hate hearing people sing along to it. So I was already like, this is like tailor-made to kind of irritate me. And then right after that, she followed up with Sweet Caroline. And I was like, oh, man. You didn't have to do that. Yes. In case you're wondering, did they say bop, bop, bop? They did indeed. Like, I immediately have to sing this. And I'm like, I know you know the song. I see your Mickey Mouse shirt. Ooh.
What song?
Aladdin, I Can Show You the World. Life imitates life. what can you say? All right. You need one of these, without a doubt. How are we alive? How is this still going? It's way too late for a croissant. Don't make me laugh. Roll me. Yeah, we'll try. We'll try. Too late for a tropical fish? Not too late for a turkey. Might I eat lights people? Oh, and I was like, I don't know. Without being rude, I was just kind of like, I've never heard this song before. Also, right after Sweet Caroline, the DJ said, I don't know what to play. And then somebody from behind me shouted, play Bon Jovi. And I was just like, oh, okay. It's that kind of, I see what's going on here. I hate to say it. I know we just bought something to support you. You got to go next round. We get a T-Rex this round. We buff you. I know the stats are being wasted. I'm not even sweating it. Did he win anything in bingo? I didn't win anything in bingo. Dan, have you ever been on a cruise? And I know that sounded like judgmental. I didn't mean it like that. The name of some stuff in that game. Like there was just no chance, man. It's never going to happen. If this team gets to 10, everybody gets ice cream. I was in 9th grade. I was on a cruise. I'll take Titanic for 500. I don't even understand. I mean, I'm familiar with the format of the joke. I just sort of don't understand its usage here. I don't know. Honestly, it hit a little different you know, having a kid on a cruise. I think if you are a kid on a cruise, like especially a high schooler, it could be pretty easy to get bored. Having a young baby on the cruise, not having to cook or clean or like do anything like that, that was kind of sick. I on a lot. It's actually all due to, holy cow, that's a strong team. It's all due to the freaking the Badger. The Badger gave us a chance. We're actually dead. Don't get your hope. We've actually lost, and that's okay. But you know what? That's great because I don't need to get you guys ice cream. I was just gonna put an ice cream emoji, but that's okay. I'll take 9. Can somebody explain to Dan what caca is? I don't want him to ever have to type it again. Caca is like, do you know Booba? This Booba is an emote I would never use because I respect women. But is Pepe the Frog wearing a tuxedo with his eyes popping out of his head because he's just seen something that if it happened in a cartoon, his tongue would roll out of his mouth and then it would roll back into his mouth and his eyes would turn into a slot machine that would have 2 hearts come up. And then it would go. Anyway, you get the idea. I'll be a hungry computer or something. Caca is that, but instead on the age of 4 or 5, one kid, I would say maybe 11. 11-year-old kid just trying to mind his own business. He's using his iPad or something like that. The 2 kids in the Spider-Man outfit kicking the shit out of the 11-year-old. The kid's just sitting on the ground on his iPad. 2 Spider-Mans coming up, just like maliciously, like kicking him in the side as hard as they could. And then his mom is like, "Hey, Goose, stop that!" And she grabbed the kid like right where his shoulder meets his neck, and the Spider-Man kid fell to the ground like a soccer player. Started clutching his neck, and she went, "I didn't hurt your neck." And then she was like, okay, like maybe that's a little too far. So she like picked him up and like started consoling him on the bench. And then I swear to you, the kid said, "I want daddy." And she said, "Daddy's getting drinks right now." Saddest little, I don't even know, micro story of the trip. This mom struggling to keep her 3 sons together could really use some help. And then, oh, sorry, dad's at the bar right now. It's like 11 a.m. on a Wednesday, but it's cruise season, baby. I don't know if maybe they have an arrangement. Maybe tomorrow the dad was in the same situation and the mom was getting hammered, okay? But anyway, regardless. But there were also a lot of situations where I was particularly, you see like an old man who just ask his wife a question. He'd be like, you know, "What are we doing for lunch today?" She'd be like, "I don't know, Daryl." I had a lot of, they plugged that shit in instead of like filling it up with old dinosaurs. I don't know my carbon footprint on the cruise, Daryl. How about one of these? How about one of these? Can't they just like what once you get moving in the water, don't you just have inertia? Like why does it take so much gas to move the boat? Like, don't you just need to give it a little push and then an object in motion stays in motion? Water is heavy? Yeah, but you're on top of it. Duh. I gotta think a stork still beats a koala in this situation. I'm being willfully ignorant to distract from the environmental impact, okay? You ever hear of friction? At to like 20 companies. There's no way he went into the first company and was like, "Hey, you know all these people are dying, smashing their heads against the steering wheel in car accidents. What if we just put a balloon inside of the steering wheel that instantly inflated in a fraction of a second when it detected that the car got in an accident?" You know his CEO is going, "How are we going to do that shit? Harry Houdini. We're gonna make so let me get this straight. We're gonna put a bag in the steering wheel that instantly inflates and cushions the like. This is a Looney Tunes idea. Your car crashes and a pillow comes out of the steering wheel. That's madness. He definitely, he had to run that by like 10 companies first before he found somebody that was willing to give him like, you know, $5,000 to do a trial run or something like that. Hold on. I'm thinking, okay? Like, don't rush me. Stupid. That's stupid. On the other hand, it could work. On the other hand, I would just rather take a koala. I would rather say your ass is grass. And by koala, I mean caterpillar. I'm not a big duck guy, but I hate this team, but it is what it is. What, dude, if I cleaned out my whole colon and then like 10 hours before the procedure, what if I ate like a joke food? What if I swallowed like a toy car or something like that? You think they get a kick out of that? If I swallowed a single McCain Smile whole, you think they'd be like, they'd get 2/3 of the way up and be like, oh, look at that. Honestly, this is not a typical way to have fun in this game, but I think this team's gonna... Fucking Sharks team? What is this? Lord of Lespunky? What the hell? I got punked? It's my name but inverted? Don't take my name out here so people think they might be playing against me and then run double T-Rex, dogs, shark, caterpillar. I mean, that's just... You know what would be a good meme? What about Vince from Slap Chop? And then it says, he walked, and then the Da Vinci twins, the Voros twins underneath, so they could run. What about that? Do you think that could work? No? You know what else I noticed, Dan? I don't... Let's do it. So 24 multiplied by 9 is 216. Divided by 5, that's like 40 something. And then minus 32. It's about 8 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now. It's a little chilly for the end of July. It's plus 32. That makes more sense. Yeah. So we're at like the mid 70s right now. Much like the situation the Federal Reserve is in. A little joke for all my economist viewers out there. Hey-o. I don't even get it. I don't know. It's a joke about like inflation, I guess. Or stagflation. The energy crisis. Something like that. I'm an economist. No joke. I got mad at my crossword. Hi. Can you do Spider-Man? Can you do Spider-Man? Can you hear that? Hold on. Daddy's got to wreck some fools. Get ready. Wreck this. Oh no, I separated them. She saw me on a farm. She said E-I-E-I-O. This kid is good. All right, I'm dead. Anyway, we'll pay out 10th to 2nd. Flamethrower was not the right call there. I'm going to send you over to my wife's stream. Hold up. Maybe I can get her to show Spider-Man. Honey, can you come here? Disney, don't DMCA me for saying show Spider-Man, okay? It's not... You need context. Enjoy the rest of your night, either way. I don't think she's coming. Oh, she's...